I'm not going to make too many friends with this video, especially men. I'm sorry, but this is my take on things. Being in the dating world at 50, you know, I've seen a lot of stuff, and what I've noticed from a lot of the guys in my dating age, above 50, a lot of them have small children. And this is where you guys got bit in the is because you went through your midlife crisis. You decided you wanted to date a younger woman. You got her pregnant, and then she became far too much work because you're an older guy, and then you decided you couldn't do it anymore. And here you are now with a small child. So you are looking now at us older women who you guys didn't want in the first place to help you raise these young children. And a lot of us older women are just not into that. Like, we did that. We, if anything, we have grandchildren, but we can leave them with their parents and, go do our thing. I don't know, you guys, that's biting you in, because I'm telling you right now, not a lot of women will take that on. And I think, rightfully deserved, because you probably left a marriage and broke somebody's heart to go date a younger woman. And now you're paying the piper, I guess, so to speak. Just my take.
Mama say that happiness is from magic rays of sunshine that come down when you're feeling blue.
All right there, Granny, this girl has got to point something out. The details that you're giving out here about, yeah, man, you're out there over 50 with a small child, couldn't handle young women, blah, blah, blah. I have got to say, that does not sound like a generic, very big blanket statement. That sounds very specific. Like, you sniped that one, girl. It sounds like to this gorilla, you're talking about a very small, specific percentage of men. I mean, how many single fathers over 50 do you see out there with small kids in the dating market? Another factor is these mythical men over 50 with small kids are looking for women in their 50s to help them raise small children. Well, sister, I don't know about you, but that doesn't add up to this gorilla. You see, let's analyze these mythical men you're talking about. If a guy's in his 50s with small children, it would be logical for him to find a younger single mother who's struggling, who has kids of very similar age, get with her, so that way it's a lot easier to fold them in the mix and raise them all together. I don't know, Colleen, but it sounds to me like you're not going to make a bunch of enemies with a bunch of men. Men are just going to look at you and just going to ask the key question, who hurt you? This is too specific. But like you said, go be a grandma and enjoy your grandkids. It's not like if you wanted to be with a guy who takes care of you right before you hit that retirement age, you wouldn't have to jump through a bunch of hoops. I mean, Colleen, let's look at some other facts here. Okay, let's say that all this is true and you're in your 50s and you're still dating. Can we also say it is possible that you are looking for a retirement plan? Just be honest with yourself. You're saying, hey, you know what? Being out here on the carousel by myself, getting all these rides with my dry roast beef. I mean, buying bottled loot gets pricey, and after a while, I need someone to help me pay my medical bills. So if you wanted a guy to take you seriously and give you a long-term relationship, it would be smart to get with a guy who's bringing on baggage. Baggage being in the form of little kids, which, let's be honest, since he's going to be paying for most of the bills of the kid, and you're desperate for a retirement plan, sounds like a good trade-off to me. Because let's be honest, sister, there aren't a whole bunch of men out there looking to put a ring on your finger. But I could be wrong. Moving on.
I'm 69 and I left my husband 7 years ago. I was fed up with being part of the furniture. I wanted to have a proper life again. Everyone got the shock of their lives when I left. My friends couldn't believe it. Most of all, my ex couldn't believe it. He never thought I'd leave. I mean, I didn't wish him any harm. I didn't have an unhappy marriage. I just wanted a bit more excitement in my life. And I was going to get it before I was 70. And I've only got 6 months to go. People stay in a relationship far too long when it's no good. And I can tell you something, when you are absolutely feeling like this is the end of the line, be brave, take a leap and just go, and you will never look back. Don't stay if you're not happy, because everyone deserves to be happy.
Transform this decayed form to Mumra!
Alright fam, we've seen this great granny's videos before, and this triple post-wall smashing queen has said in other videos that she was 70, but I felt it was important that you guys see that she left her husband in her 60s. All in the name of going out there and finding proper fun. Even for some dried roast beef, she wanted to get back on the carousel. And she said it herself, her husband was a good man, she had a good relationship. So even though I don't know much about this woman, I'm pretty sure that my male viewers are going to say, hey, you know what? A woman who's like that, who's going to leave her husband in her 60s after a long marriage, she just hung out with Chads and Tyrones in her youth, and now that she believes that her duties to her husband are done, complete, finito, near the end, she misses the streets heavily, so she's going back out there. Sure, Granny, go out there and get yours. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of men out there who are saying, bring those meat curtains this way. I want to smash that. So is this an example of there's no time limit of you can get the woman out of thy streets, but you can't get thy streets out of the woman? Oh well, moving on.
Okay, you all want to hear a story of what a complete idiot I am. So, I'm single. And I get off and on the dating apps depending on what mood I'm in. And I hadn't been on the dating apps in a while. And back around Christmas, like about a 3 weeks or so before Christmas, I thought, I'm going to get back on the dating apps, right? I have a real good friend who was dating a guy, a really nice guy that she found on the dating apps. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get back into the dating scene, right? So I get on the dating app and I come across this guy's profile, and I live in a fairly small town, and so most of my matches, the people who have the same interests as me, they are from not in this direct area. So this guy was like a half hour away from me, which is completely fine and normal, and he seems so normal. And he was nice looking, had a nice profile, had just seemed to be a good pick, right? So I was reading his profile, which that is, if you don't have anything typed into your dating profile, I don't bother. Like if you can't spend a few seconds typing something out about yourself, then what's the point of this? So read through his profile, sounded really nice, and the last line was hoping to find my vixen. Well, it's a few weeks before Christmas, and I've assumed that was like a Christmas reference, like the reindeer, right?
Alright ladies, I gotta tell you, when men say that it's not easy talking to you, that you're actually quite annoying when it comes to dating you, this is what they refer to, because as you can see, this woman took almost 2 minutes for something that could have been summed up as, oh yeah, I was on the dating apps during Christmas, and this guy that was nice said that he was looking for his vixen, which I thought was a Christmas reference. This girl had just knocked everything out in 10 seconds. Do you see what men have to go through when they are out there dating, especially an older post-wall queen like this? Now envision yourself putting up with this 24/7 in a relationship, when a guy would just look at you and say, hey, where's the fast forward button I could smash to get to the frickin' point? Organize your thoughts, ladies. This girl understands that emotions are a big thing for you, but you know what's even bigger? Proper communication, which brings my next point. Women are always saying that the ones who don't know how to communicate is men. Men fail to communicate, men don't say what they have to say. Actually, men do communicate very well. Men get to the point. Men will tell you, hey, A, B, and C. Facts, facts, facts. My opinion following it, in a much more condensed format. Women talk like this more often than not. We'll jump around, scatter the message. I mean, was it even necessary to say that her friend found a good man through an app? Who cares? How is this important to your story about you finding a guy who has a Christmas reference? It's not. Honestly, Queens, it's like nails on a chalkboard for men. And for as much as I want to avoid punishment, let's hear the rest of what she has to say, and hopefully it's not another session of mental gymnastics, which translates to excruciating pain to our brain cells, but I'm not getting my hopes up. Gee, that's kind of similar to how a lot of men have their dating strategies out there. As in, yeah, I'm not getting my hopes up with this one, but I'm going to swipe right anyway. It kind of makes you understand why some men will take women out to dinner dates. I mean, you can't hear word salad if her mouth is full of an actual salad.
Like Santa's reindeer, Blitzen, Donner, Blitzen, Vixen. And I thought, how cute, oh, I want to be his Vixen. I need my own Rudolph. Okay, so I liked him, and he sent me a message. and completely normal. And why they started playing Christmas music, I have no idea, but we'll go with that. So,
here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane.
okay, so, okay, so he sends me a message, very normal. I sent him back a message. We chat back and forth, just a couple of messages, right? Probably the third message that he sends to me says that he is into and looking for a stag and vixen relationship. And is that something that I would be interested in? A stag? I don't even know what that is. What is a stag and vixen relationship? So, you do what you do and you go to Google. And that's not something I was interested in. I thought it was the vixen thing. I thought was a Christmas reference, and it is not. It is not a Christmas reference. So if you want to check it out, go Google stag and vixen relationship. And so anyway, I told him I wasn't. If that's what you're into, that's fine, whatever. But I was not interested in that. So more power to him. I hope he found his vixen.
Whoever decides to date this queen, it's got to be a glutton for punishment. Because dang, she cannot get to the point. Great, you could have summed that up a lot quicker. The guy wanted a stag and vixen relationship. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, basically what that means is that one part of the relationship, which would be her part, would be intimacy monogamous to him. Basically, she's just going to be with him 100% of the time. He, on the other hand, is free to every now and then romp in some other reindeers afield, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so we got to the point as to why I brought this video in, other than to prove the point that women are terrible at communication. The point is, women say that they want honesty up front. And I have to say, that is not true most of the time. This gorilla has advised many times, don't go off of what a woman says, go off her actions. She says she wants you to be honest, but the moment you tell her the truth, she freaks out. Now, this queen did not freak out when she found out what it was. She just said, hey, good luck to you, or whatever you want. But the point is, decades plus post-war women like her have very slim pickings. Even though we don't know a lot about this guy, let's say he was a high enough value man. Ladies, when you date a guy of that caliber, they can throw some demands around. Basically, think of it as an inversion of the power. When you were 21, 22, you were at your peak attractiveness. You could demand everything you wanted, and a lot of guys would rush to you and give you what you wanted because they wanted to be with you. Here we are 30 plus years later, and it's backwards. Now a man who qualifies as an HVM, a high value man, is going to come up and say, hey, you know what? I want to mess around every now and then. So if you want to be with me because I am the attractive one now, because I have all the qualities that you're attracted to, I may be physically attractive, I may have money, I have status, I have clout, I have the retirement plan that you're looking for. All these things, well, it comes with a price. And that means every now and then, I'm going to plow in another field. 99.9% of women will never accept this. And the vast majority of those women who will never accept that don't have the SMV to demand a high quality guy to do what she wants. She can request it, but the guy can look at her like, okay, bye. You're the one who's replaceable at this age, Granny, not me. Something to think about, ladies, while you're emptying out that last box of wine, right as you pet your cats, and you go through all the bills that are eating up the little bit of money you have left.
Game over, man. It's game over.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.